All right, Elliot Potter, question directed at Bill Graham.
Candidates, North Carolina prides itself as the nation's most military-friendly state. But some of our communities, in my hometown of Jacksonville, for example, we're expecting explosive growth in troop levels and related population over the next 3 years. What should the state's role be in helping these communities absorb such growth and handle the additional pressures on services such as transportation, utilities, and schools?
Yeah, that's a great question, Elliot. And particularly in eastern North Carolina, this is going to occur. And what we have to make sure is that the counties are healthy, their budgets are forward-looking. We've got to have a plan for both transportation, infrastructure, sewer, water, where the schools are going to go. The counties have been struggling with Medicaid costs over these last few years, and that's going to begin to wane away. But the state has to stop sending so many mandates down to the county level that the county then has to struggle with how to support. The state needs to have a helping hand in this and say, look, we know you guys are going to get some growth and you're going to be adding X number of people. Let's go ahead and put a plan in place to accommodate those needs that we know they're going to happen. The federal government has sent us a signal that certain counties are inevitably going to grow. Let's let the state work hand in hand with the county commissions and the local school boards. And as governor, that's exactly what I want to do. We've got we're already being sent a signal that this growth is going to occur. Let's not reactive, let's be proactive.
The system that we have now, your taxes will go higher, a lot higher than you've ever seen them before when the military bases start increasing, which they already are around my farm area. The one thing we've got to have is common sense to stop these tax increases, these annexations. I've got ways on my website, elpowers.com, that I can bring billions of dollars in this state, keep it in this state, and ladies and gentlemen, it's nothing but keeping corporate profits that now leave this state, go up to a few. We will fund our state's infrastructure. We will pump billions of dollars into the cities, counties, and everyone all around will be far better with a system that we've got to go with instead of the one we've got now.
Senator.
Hey, Elliot, you're exactly right. Our military is the second economic engine in the state of North Carolina. And we've got to make sure that North Carolina remains a military-friendly state, especially in eastern North Carolina, where most of our military bases are located. To do that, we've got to make sure that the state government does not place mandates upon the county commissioners so that the county commissioners can fund the infrastructure needs, whether it be water or sewer, that they need to fund, especially there in Onslow County. Of course, at Camp Lejeune, I believe the schools are primarily on the base, so therefore there's not as much pressure on the local schools, but I think there's a chance that we're going to see that more and more of those students do go to local schools, and we've got to make sure that commissioners have the funds to build the schools. Only through that way can we continue to take advantage of the strong economic benefit that we received from having military expansion there in Onslow County.
Justice Orr.
Well, I'm delighted our bases are staying in North Carolina. I'm delighted about the expansion. I think Senator Dole deserves a lot of credit, not the Lieutenant Governor as she claims. But I think if we're going to fund the kind of growth that you're expecting down there, Elliot, we've got to look at restructuring how local governments have to pay for these services, whether it's schools, water and sewer, certain types of transportation. And right now the burden falls on property taxes. And Raleigh is consistently happy to force the burden of taxes down to the local level and to increase or force, in essence, local governments to raise property taxes in order to meet these needs. And so what we need is comprehensive tax reform in this state. I've talked about it. It's a political issue that nobody really wants to deal with. But the best way to provide adequate revenue for local government is if we modernize our tax system, and that includes at the local level.